if two vectors can be represented in magnitude and direction. By two adjacent sides of parallelogram. Adjacent sides of parallelogram. Then their resultant is represented by the diagonal passing through common point of these sides in magnitude and direction. Now you can see here. This is PQ is representing, suppose, vector A in magnitude and direction, and PT is representing to the vector B in magnitude and direction. These two sides of the parallelogram, PQ and PT, are representing vector A and vector B in magnitude and direction. What will be their resultant? Their resultant will be represented by the diagonal. And which diagonal? Because there are two diagonal, one is PS and other is QT. So the diagonal which passes through the common point of these sides. So which diagonal is passing through the common point of PQ and PT?
PS.
It is diagonal PS. It is diagonal PS. You can see here, diagonal PS is passing through the common point of these two sides. Means, what will be the vector resultant of these two vectors? Vector resultant, vector R, will be equal to vector A plus vector B. It will be equal to vector A plus vector B. What is the parallelogram law of vector addition? If two vectors can be represented by two adjacent sides of parallelogram in magnitude and direction, then the resultant will be represented by the diagonal which passes through the common point of these two sides. Now here this we will verify, which we have learned earlier. By the triangle method we will verify. You can see here vector PT can be transferred as vector QS. Why? Because PT is having same length as QS. PT and QS are parallel, therefore their directions are same. Therefore vector B, which we are representing as vector PT, can be represented as vector B here. QS can represent the vector B. Sahan Ali Kazmi, you turn off your audio. Sahan Ali Kazmi. So this is representing vector B. So from triangle law, you can see here, it is vector A. From the head of vector A, vector B. So what will be the resultant from the triangle law? It will be this. It is clear? So this is verified from the triangle law. We have transferred vector B here. Why? Because PT is parallel to QS and PT is equal to QS. That's why it has been transferred. It is clear? So if two vectors can be represented in magnitude and direction by two adjacent sides of parallelogram, then their resultant is represented by the diagonal which passes through the common point of these two sides. It's clear. Now there is one rule: vector addition is commutative. See here, what is the meaning of commutative? There is one more thing: polygon law. All these law, triangle law, parallelogram law, all are for addition of two vectors. But suppose you have to add more than two vectors, then we will use polygon law. And what is the simple meaning of polygon law? Suppose you have to add three vectors: vector A, vector B, vector C, and vector D. You have to find the resultant of each vector. So see here, first you will draw the vector A. Then from head of the vector A, draw the vector B in the given direction. जो डायरेक्शन बोली गई है उस डायरेक्शन में वेक्टर B को ड्रा करेंगे. So here we have drawn the vector B. Then from the head of the vector B, you draw the vector C. Suppose the direction of vector C is this. Whatever direction is given, you will draw in that direction. It's clear. You will remember that angle will be always measured in anti-clockwise direction. Means if you have to measure the angle here, you will measure this way. If you have to measure the angle here, then you will measure this way. It is clear. Now you draw the angle D from the head of the vector C. This is the vector D. Now what will be the resultant of these four vectors? That can be obtained by joining tail of first to the head of last. Can be obtained by joining tail of first vector to the head of last vector. Means this is representing the resultant. Means resultant of these four vectors will be represented by vector R. This is the polygon law of vector addition. Polygon law of vector addition. So all these are the geometrical procedures. Now see here. Properties of vector addition. You can see here. First property is commutative law. Commutative law means vector A plus vector B is equal to vector B plus vector A. Means there is no matter of order. Vectors can be added in any way. You take any vector as first vector. So vector A plus vector B equals to vector B plus vector A. You can see here. How will you verify? So by using parallelogram, we can verify. All of you see here, since in parallelogram we know that opposite sides are parallel and equal, therefore here this vector A can be transferred here. This is also representing vector A. And why? Because both are equal in length as well as they are having same direction. Therefore, we can represent this also as vector A. Now see here. In triangle PQS from triangle law, triangle PQS. From triangle law, what will you get? Vector A plus vector B equals to the vector R. Whether it is correct or not. R. in triangle PQS, vector A plus vector B equals to vector S. It is clear? Now you take triangle PTS. Triangle PTS. You can see here vector B plus vector A equals to vector R. Vector B plus vector A equals to vector R. In both, you have applied the triangle law. From one, you are getting this. From the other, you are getting this. If you see, their RHS are same. Therefore, we can say, therefore, vector A plus vector B equals to vector B plus vector A. Means vector addition is commutative. There is no matter of order. Whether it is clear? For example, here, if the absolute directions are given here, then you draw vector A, then you can draw vector C, then you can draw vector D, and then vector B. Means if you find out the resultant of this vector A plus vector D plus vector C plus vector B, that will also be the same. That will also be the same. So vector addition is commutative. Now second is vector addition is associative. Vector addition is associative. Means suppose there are three vectors, vector A, vector B, and vector C. Then vector A plus vector B plus vector C equals to vector A plus vector B whole vector C. Means there are three vectors. Here there are three vectors A, B, C. First you add vector B and vector C. And then the resultant of those two vectors you add to the vector A. After that you add these two vectors. And from their resultant you add to the vector C. So see here, you will find that both will be equal. Now that I am going to show you. See here, this is representing vector A. And this is representing to the vector B. So what will be the resultant of vector A and vector B? Who can tell? कौन बता सकता? Suppose this is this you can name as X, Y, Z. What will be the resultant of vector A and vector B? So it will be represented by XZ. XZ will represent this is I am writing vector A plus vector B. It is clear? Now from its head you draw the vector C. From its head I have drawn to the vector C. So see here, this you can name as W. What will be the resultant of this plus this? Vector XZ plus vector ZW. What will
XW.
W.
XW.
It will be XW. It will be vector XW. means you can see here, you join this. Here this is representing you can see here it is representing vector xw is representing vector xz. Vector xz is what? Vector A plus vector B. Vector zw is vector C. This. It is clear? Now see here. After this you find out vector B plus vector C. What will be vector B? Vector YZ plus vector ZW. Who can tell?
YW.
YW.
It will be YW. It will be YW. Means this is representing vector B plus vector C. Now this is starting from the head of which vector? ये किस वेक्टर के हेड से स्टार्ट हो रहा?
Vector.
Vector A.
वेक्टर ए के हेड से स्टार्ट हो रहा. So you can see here vector xy plus vector yw. Vector xy plus vector yw. It will be equal to what?
Vector A plus vector B plus vector C.
Vector xy plus vector yw equals to vector
XW.
xw. Whether it is correct? ये
Yes,
वेक्टर प्लस ये वाला वेक्टर is equal to vector xw. Now you write there vector xy is vector A. Vector yw you have just found. It is vector B plus vector C equals to vector xw. So you can see from these two, इन दोनों को अगर हम देखें क्या है, उनके RHS are same, therefore LHS will also be same. मतलब क्या हो जाएगा? वेक्टर A plus वेक्टर B whole वेक्टर C is equal to वेक्टर A plus whole वेक्टर B plus C. Means this. Means triangle law. This is not triangle law. Here वेक्टर एडिशन इज एसोसिएटिव. वेक्टर एडिशन क्या है? एसोसिएटिव. इट इज क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
सबको समझ में आ गया?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now see here, all these are the, up to now I would explain you geometrical ways of adding two or more vectors. Now I am going to explain you one analytical method of vector addition. Analytical method means mathematical method. How will you add two vectors mathematically? It is clear that I am going to explain. So you can see here mathematical method of vector addition. And this derivation is very important. जो इसका derivation है, that is very important. It's clear? So see here, mathematical method of vector addition. How will you add two vectors mathematically? It is clear without drawing the diagram. बिना डायग्राम ड्रा किए हुए उनको हम मैथमेटिकली कैसे ऐड करेंगे? It is clear. So see here. Here today I will explain the result. Let there are two vectors. Namely vector A and vector B. acting at an angle theta. Angle theta means like this. You can see here. This is the vector A from its head at an angle theta. Vector B is drawn. This is the vector B. Here this angle is theta. Because angle is always measured in anti-clockwise direction. It is clear? This is the vector B. So here their resultant will be this. This is representing the resultant of these two vectors, means vector R equals to vector A plus vector B. So देख लो R का मैग्नीट्यूड कितना होगा वो कैसे पता चलेगा? स्क्वायर रूट A स्क्वायर प्लस B स्क्वायर प्लस 2AB cos थीटा. R equals to within square root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Now, how will you express the direction? So, I have explained. Direction of resultant vector is expressed by the angle which it makes from the first vector. Direction of the resultant vector expressed by that angle which it makes from the first vector. जो ये पहले वेक्टर्स बनाता means tan alpha. It will be equal to B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta. So I am giving one example. Suppose there is one vector. It is of 6 unit length. There is another vector of 4 unit length. And suppose they are acting at an angle 30 degree. So once you do this question by geometrical procedure and determine the resultant vector and the direction alpha. Now I will do mathematically. So what will be the resultant magnitude of resultant vector? It is A square, that is 6 square plus 4 square plus 2 into 6 into 4 into cos. Here I have taken the angle 60 degree. क्योंकि अभी हमारे पास कैलकुलेटर नहीं है. Cos 60 degree. Angle I have taken 60 degree. It's clear. This angle is 60 degree. So see here, you simplify. 6 square 36 plus 16 plus 2 6 12 4 48 and cos 60 1 upon 2. So when you will simplify 52 plus 24, this unit, this will be the magnitude of resultant vector. Now you have to find tan alpha. Tan alpha is B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta. You substitute the values here. B is how much? 4 sin 60 degree. A is 6 plus 4 cos 60 degree. So when you will simplify sin 60 root 3 upon 2 whole divided by 6 plus this. This is 2 1 ja 2 2 ja, that is 2√3. 2 3/4.
4.
By using calculator, we can find the value of alpha. अल्फा की वैल्यू हम फाइंड आउट कर लेंगे. इट्स क्लियर? कैसे फाइंड आउट करेंगे? सो हम कैलकुलेटर रखेंगे कि तब बताएंगे. इट इज क्लियर? So this is known as the analytical method of vector addition. Analytical method means without drawing the vector diagram, we can determine the resultant of two vectors. It is clear? So let me mark the attendance. First I will mark the attendance.